Oh, well, we're getting into it, guys. We're going.
Nice intro.
So, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the 18th episode of the Made in Dreams podcast. I'm your host, Mighty Vicious, here with my hetero life mate, Jamie James, the Eternal.
Hello. Oh.
And joining us today, the Master speaks. It is Mr. KeldBjones. So, let's...
Hi!
I don't know where that sound came from, but it was hilarious. So, Keld, it's good to have you as the final guest on season 1 of the Made in Dreams podcast. And this is usually where we take the time to just let you tell us about you. Where did Mr. Bjones come from?
Where did Mr. Bjones come from?
We want the origin story.
I could tell you how I came to Dreams. That's pretty easy. Bought my first PlayStation, was a PS4, and I bought it to play Destiny with a buddy. And a few years later, PS Plus gave away Tearaway Unfolded, the Media Molecule game they did, I think, between Little Big Planet 2 and Dreams. And and I just love the game so much. And I didn't know the studio, and I hadn't had a PlayStation before, so I didn't know Little Big Planet, which I absolutely would have been playing had I had one. And so that kicked off 2 years of watching every single video that was available and obsessing over Dreams in ways that are familiar to many people in your audience. And I knew I wanted to stream Dreams way before the beta. I mean, months and months before the beta, I was just thinking Dreams seems like the perfect game to interact with people on Twitch and to experiment with. And yeah, so that's what got me here in the first place.
All right. Well, let me ask you the first question then. It seems that most people know you because of your voice acting within Dreams. Is that something that you do outside of Dreams, or was it just something that you kind of gravitated to once you had the tools provided in Dreams?
I've done some professional voice acting outside of Dreams, and I've always been sort of a media person, like a video audio nerd. So when you like creating video and audio things, eventually you just have needs to fill. So you learn to do voices, and you learn to do this, that, and the other thing, and so I do have a performance background, though, like going back to when I was very young, like doing drama in church, and then band and choir and theater, and so performing is pretty natural for me. But voiceover a little say newer. Like I'm an old man. Like newer is the past 10 years or so. I've been doing more voice stuff.
All right. So let me say then, what was your inspiration for it? Like you said that, you get into the field and then you have to fulfill needs, but was there something that, like, a role that you saw in a film or animation or something that made you initially start saying, like, oh, I want to try my hand at that. I want to see if I'm good at doing that. Because a lot of people are really, really, how would you say, they don't like hearing themselves, and they don't like their voice specifically. So I feel like it takes something to kind of want to throw that attribute out into the world.
Yeah. I would say the biggest one for me was actually podcasting. I started listening to a lot of podcasts. I was doing a job maybe like 2010, 2011. I was doing a job where I'm doing Photoshop work, like on an assembly line, like doing product photography editing. And I would have gone insane without podcasts. Like podcasts were my salvation. They gave me something to latch my brain onto while I just did this like rote work, every single day. Yeah. And eventually I decided I really want to make a podcast, and I have a problem. I have a problem scaling ideas down. So what I ended up doing was writing a half hour of original material every month for about a year, and then recording voices with myself and my friends, cutting them all together, creating all the sound effects and music from scratch, and like completely stupid and like way too ambitious but about back to the voice, that was a good opportunity to just be able to write whatever sort of role I wanted to hear. Yeah. And yeah, when you're writing for yourself, it can be much easier because you know your own voice, you know what your limitations are and your strengths, and but yeah, so doing my own character work. Okay, if anyone wants to find it, I don't think the podcast, like the feed, is still up, but I know there are clips, and it was called Mojito Bonfire. I know there's a few YouTube clips. Name. That's probably all that exists, but yeah, there's.
I reckon a lot of people are going to be searching for that now.
I hope. I probably should have reviewed and checked it out myself before I said that. But I'm pretty sure I would stand behind everything that I did in 2012.
In 2012, yes.
I hope so.
Yeah. So, I guess to follow that up, like, what? How would you? I'm trying to think of how to ask this correctly. I guess it would be what you brought up, writing for yourself and knowing your strengths and weaknesses. Is there something that you'd like to see more from writers within Dreams? Because the reason I bring that up is because I too voice act, and one of the things I'm noticing with a lot of projects, and this isn't bad, whoever gives me a chance, I'm grateful. I'm sliding on my knees like it's disco, okay? But I've noticed that a lot of people aren't they're not getting very really detailed with the part. It's like, I need these lines. It's not like I need this part. And right. I wonder if you've had, I mean, you've worked on some pretty big stuff. I mean, just Pig Detective to name one, but it's like, I've seen you have parts and not just lines. So is it something you come across more often now, or?
I mean, I think that's just really common working with, like, I'm an amateur game developer working with other amateur game developers, and we all have different strengths. And Pig Detective is a good one to bring up because Pig Detective has a writer. Like, Lottie is a writer. She has a degree or degrees in writing, and like that is her focus. And a lot of other people, like, I want to make a cool game. Maybe I've got like amazing skills with this, that, and the other thing, and then there's writing. Like, that's I just did a bunch of writing myself for Pixel Gorilla's Lock, the puzzle game that he put out a couple weeks ago. And it's a lot of work, and it's really its own thing. Like, writing is one of those things that most of the work takes place outside of Dreams. No one, unless maybe you're a crazy person, is sitting down and writing all their script in text gadgets for a big project, or yeah. So it's, I don't know, writing is kind of unique in that way, and I think it can be tough to. I don't know where that thought's going. I'm just going to let you take it. Just edit that out.
We edit nothing here.
We edit live on the stream. I don't know how streams work.
So I guess, I mean, before we get on to the rest of things, the biggest topic that I've seen on Twitter for the last week and a half has been the updates for the like audio imports and everything through indreams.me. Like, tell me what have you felt has been the most lacking as a voice actor for Dreams?
Oh, the most lacking. Well, I mean, really, it didn't feel very lacking until the 15-second restriction came in, it felt pretty easy. Once I figured out how to get a clean microphone signal in, it's gone pretty well. The 15-second limitation was now okay. How much time do we have? What, 50 minutes? This is an hour show.
Just go with it.
Usually hour and a half. So we'll still have time left over if we need.
Okay, good. Okay, good. I'll take 50 then. I'll round it up.
All right.
No, the 15-second limitation. I've spent probably more time discussing that topic on stream than discussing anything else. And where do I start? I've complained a lot, right? Like I've spent months and months and months complaining about it and talking about all the different ways that it makes things difficult. I've done a lot of voiceover on stream. Like when I recorded the voiceover for Locke on stream, and I think that was probably interesting for some people to see how much juggling is involved and how much manipulating the performance is involved and how much everything becomes working around that 15-second limitation, because most of the lines that people give you in Dreams to do are going to be under 15 seconds. And then you've got some outliers like Locke where things are a little crazier. And sometimes it takes more than 15 seconds to get through a single emotion but let's see, where 15 seconds. What I wanted to say is I've complained so much. I've complained a lot about it. And recently I've become a lot more sympathetic to where the position Media Molecule is in. And that came about just from learning about YouTube and how the whole debacle with copyrighted music has gone down there. And the amount of resources that YouTube puts into tracking down copyrighted material and to managing that for their own protection is massive. I have no idea how much they actually put into it, but I feel like it's probably a company larger, more people than are at Media Molecule, probably focusing on just that issue, because it is really challenging to deal with. And I know a lot of people, myself included, didn't like the 15-second thing as a stopgap. But here we are. 2 years ago tomorrow, the Dreams beta launched, and when the Dreams beta launched, you had audio import via web. There was a web page you go to, upload your WAV files, and I did it twice. I wish I had done my entire catalog of sound effects that week. I don't know why I waited. They took that away very, very fast. Because it just made it way too easy to get copyrighted material into Dreams. And and then we had the 3-minute record time, which was pretty great. We missed uploading, but we're coming back full circle. Getting audio upload for, I think they said players over level 30 was the plan. And I could not be more excited. I'm really, 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 really excited about that. In fact, there's projects I'm working on. There's a project I'm talking to someone about right now that I kind of want to, it's a song thing, and I kind of want to wait till we get to upload stuff, because recording a song in picking up an acoustic guitar, playing and singing a song, and trying to do that in 15-second chunks, it's so not fun. It's just not fun.
See, I'm still concerned with this audio upload thing. I'm not sure how they're going to get around it, because you have the ability now, when it does come out, to upload audio on in Dreams, and then it converts into Dreams. But how are they still going to get around the copyright issue is my main question, because we could easily see more copyrighted material be imported through indreams.me, and then the service gets shut down again, and we're just going to keep going full circle. And I think the only way they're going to be able to get around this is if they either have a fully fledged team scanning indreams.me continuously to find copyrighted content and remove it, or get some type of algorithms in place to understand what copyright music is like YouTube does, but then again, they're not going to have the budget that YouTube has to monetize this stuff. So I'm really concerned that we're going to have it for a really short period of time, and then it's going to just be shut down again, and then eventually they're going to say it's impossible, we don't have the budget to monitor this, you can no longer have this feature. End of.
How do you guys feel about the level 30 limitation for uploads?
Well, like
I think it should be higher.
JJ said actually that it's too low. I think it is too low. I think that if it was something you had to earn, that would at least make it a little better. But ultimately, as you were saying about being sympathetic to their plight, I mean, I agree with you completely. I think people have just run into this issue with the DMCA stuff like on every platform now. So there's just a growing anger. And I think unrightfully Media Molecule is kind of catching some of that because it's just grown into, oh, we really love this thing. And now this is getting hit with it. And so, you know, I don't think about it the same way as I do with Twitch, where Twitch had forever to find a way to like make deals to integrate music, deal with Spotify, deal with something like pay for the license to use a music channel. Like they had all the time in the world and they've been making money. So like them not having a way to counteract it is more egregious to me than Media Molecule. And with Media Molecule, I fear what Jamie said or what Jamie said is right, that basically it's going to come down to they either need to get really strict, as people have heard me talk about before. Like I say, if you use like anything copywritten at all, your whole project just gets erased. Like I'd do that. Like,
well, even if it's not your element.
If it's in your project.
I know a lot of people who have put things in projects, especially music, and just had no idea that it was copyrighted. Because if someone doesn't tell you and you don't know you're not familiar with the material, you're just guessing.
Then
it should be unpublishable. It should be publishable. That's it.
And my thing is if it is some just a piece of your project, but you didn't upload that file, which I'm sure they can track, you know, that's kind of how it works, then I could see them being like putting up one of those things like when they say an object in your creation is private and therefore it must be published.
Yeah,
do that. Do that. But with music, I was like, this has been flagged as copywritten material. You'll need to replace it. And then people who just use the asset can go in and change it, and then they can upload their thing.
I agree with you, and it's all well and good saying that, but again, it comes down to having the ability to tag that as a flagged piece of material. It's the underworks that's the problem. Have they got the resources? Have they got the time to invest for just one small feature within Dreams? And I say it's small, it is a huge feature, especially for creations where you've got voice acting, you know, people that's made music outside of Dreams that want to import it into the creations. It's a huge feature, but how much resource can they invest into that one feature alone is the question.
You better go to Papa Sony, because we
see how well they handle censorship in the game, so I don't see why not to trust them with that too.
Yeah, I mean, it's just with and this is where I understand the anger of like the 15-second rule and stuff, because you said that you got to upload like 2 things before the rule came down:
a doorbell and a sliding door sound.
Okay, well, you are much better than me, but
I think I got the first doorbell in the Dreamverse.
I found this is my thing. I found out about the ability to upload sound, and then went to do it, and it wasn't there. And I'm like, am I stupid? Do I not know how to use websites? Like, what's going on here? I mean, I was clicking everywhere, like trying to find things, and I finally came across the people talking about it being taken away, and I was like, wow, one of the best features that I was intending to use is gone. So and I feel like they have, like, you can't make a game like, because I believe they have a plan. I believe they have a
yeah.
plan. But when it comes down to it, you can't have a game and say you can make music, you can make movies, you can make games, but you can't do voice. Like you can't use everything in your ability to make this thing, this asset of the game. And so I trust them. I'm not saying I don't think they're going to do it. They're going to find a way. But
I think that's the whole reason why they've gone through the indreams.me route, is because with that, it's going to be a lot easier to track what's been uploaded. And I think they will have some rudimentary algorithm in place to be able to scan what's in that file to see if it comes up on a list of, like, copyrighted material. I'm sure that they've got a way of doing that with Sony support. But without any sort of system in place to punish people for uploading copyrighted content, it's just going to get banked and banked and banked with copyrighted content, and it's just going to be too difficult to monetize. So I think they definitely need to do something where, like, you have like a free strike system or something, 3 strikes and you're out, your account gets banned and you're not allowed on Dreams no more. I think they need to do something like that to discourage people from uploading copyrighted content. Otherwise, it's just never going to end. And they must have some plan in place in order for them to put it on their Trello, that this feature is coming. They must have some type of system in place.
I think that's what I'm wondering about. The biggest question mark to me right now is how is there going to be any change to reporting of copyrighted content? Because currently, if you as a user of Dreams, you cannot report something as copyrighted content. They don't allow that. You can only report something as copyrighted content if you are the copyright holder for that thing. Is that going to change, or I don't know? And have there been any repercussions for people who have uploaded copyrighted music and other things to Dreams? I haven't personally heard of anyone being banned or penalized for that. So it seems to me like their tactic is really just to slow it down as much as possible. But it wouldn't surprise me if, like you said, they do have a very basic algorithm. Like if they've got audio upload, maybe there's some third-party software that they can kind of latch into that would catch the easy ones.
Yeah.
Catch the obvious stuff.
I say partnership with YouTube. Partnership with YouTube and their algorithm, only because God forbid your thing sound remotely like something that exists, and they will be on you. So as long as you got that YouTube algorithm, I think we'll be fine with just about anything we want to do. So I don't want to beat this topic into the ground yet. I do.
No.
I want to return, but
I've said my piece.
I really do feel like we could talk all day about the audio, thing, just for the rest of the show. But usually we have people who build or do, build and do a lot of, oh God, my brain just went blank. Just because that's how much I can't. The logic. There we go. Because I'm so horrible at it, it's not even a part of Dreams to me. I have to summon someone like a Final Fantasy character just to do logic for me. But
summon Acert.
Yeah, basically. But what's a tool that you feel or that you think or feel isn't in Dreams that needs to be in Dreams for, I guess, for audio, for voice work? Is there anything they left out?
Ooh. Wow. They put so much in.
They really did. They really did.
Like I have an audio background. I've done a lot of recording and mixing, and meters. There it is. Meters. I desperately want meters. I want to know. Please tell me. And I don't want them even for me. I can live without them. I want them for the people who are destroying their audio inadvertently, because Dreams lets you just turn things up and turn things up and and this isn't loud enough. I'll turn this one up too. And then I can't hear this now. I'm going to turn this up and turn this up and turn that up. And eventually everything is just hitting the the invisible limiter,
Yeah.
and it just sounds like just a big old distorted mess. And having some visual feedback to tell you when you're hitting that ceiling would be amazing. That'd be lovely. Meters, please.
Yeah, meters would be absolutely fantastic. And someone in chat actually said Angel said auto-tune would also be a very cool feature.
Oh, that would be fun.
That would be really cool, especially for robotic stuff and
don't
things.
Don't they have a way to do that already? I thought
you can adjust pitch.
Yeah, I mean you could adjust stuff, but
yeah.
just a straight up auto-tune button would be pretty cool.
All right, we got a bunch of T-Pains out here apparently. But,
no, but meters though would be, and it's so like missing. It's such an important feature to music development.
Yes,
and it's not there. I mean, they have a full music suite, and I've never actually realized that until now, that meters is such a detrimental piece of, especially when you're mastering something.
Yeah,
and the fact that it's not there is quite shocking, actually. Definitely need to re-add that. Yeah,
I actually am constantly referring to meters outside, I like the meters that my PlayStation runs through on the way to the stream. I'm always referring to them just to see where things are at. But
I hadn't thought of meters. That's actually that definitely is needed. It's kind of surprising they don't have them now.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah,
that's kind of weird. But
I wonder if they take a little too, like maybe if they take their a little hungry for the processing power. Like I think running meters in real time, maybe.
Do you know what? It would not surprise me if some audiophile on Dreams has created meters that you can import into your scene that will actually run real time. It wouldn't surprise me if that actually exists.
It probably does.
Yeah.
More than likely does.
We need to search for it. Yeah, we need to have a look.
So, what's your favorite creation that you've made? If you don't mind me putting you I'd say that we're going to ask this in two ways. The best, what's your favorite one that you've worked on, and what's your favorite creation, like your creation?
My favorite creation, like if I was going to send someone to play, like someone sitting down at Dreams for the first time, and I had to give them something of mine to play, I would probably give them art therapy. That's kind of the obvious one. I think it's just, I don't know. I mean, that game came out of like just discussions in Twitch chat. Like, hey, museum, that sounds like a fun thing to get collaborative on. Like, people can make things for the museum, and like, what kind of museum should we make? I don't even know if it was my idea or if it was someone else's. But someone that day said, let's make a museum where you could break things, and I think that's my favorite thing about it. Like, there's that's the entire point, is to just go do something that's completely inappropriate that you could never do in the real world. And I think for my part, I did a good job of making that as fun as possible. Like there's a lot of people who worked on it, like Animation B in the chat, did the characters and the animations, and Og the Enigma did a bunch of logic, and 800 Pixel Gorilla did a bunch of logic and art, and Pat Eka did a bunch of art and effects, and so many people contributed things to the museum. My job was kind of like putting it all together and making it cohesive, and then just making it fun to smash things. And I'm still really proud of that. I'm still really proud of how that turned out.
And did you do the whale sounds for Ismail? The one where
the coin.
Oh, those are instruments. Those are instruments.
Those are the instruments. I really thought it was a voice. I don't know what instrument it is, but it's some Dreams instrument. And I did the I think it was like a pitch bend on the touchpad, where it was, I just kind of hit the note, and then ooh, kind of brought it down with the touchpad. Yeah. Okay, all right. Well, I really enjoyed that. I felt like that was something that you probably tell me like, oh, I made that in one stream, but
It was pretty quick, but it wasn't. No, not one stream. No, that was actually Andymation B did all the art for that, and I did all the gameplay, and Freakers did the music, and it was for was it classic novels? It was the classic novels community jam, and it was between a Moby Dick coin pusher and a Frankenstein coin pusher. And can I be honest? I still sit and think, what if I had made that Frankenstein coin pusher with typhus? How might my life be different? We'll never know. We'll never know.
Well, you can always make it.
That's true.
You have all the elements there.
But I just made another coin pusher. And people are going to yell at me way too much if I make a third one.
Too many coin pushes.
Have you guys seen? I don't remember what the other question was about, but to bring up someone else's dream, have you guys seen the Entropy Olympics yet?
Yes, I have.
Yes, I have.
Yeah, I made a coin pusher for that, and I've seen a lot of people. I think Kataya's made 45 different entries for it, and I know Acer was doing one, and Piece of Craft was doing one this week, and it's really turned into a fun thing. It's fabulous to see everyone's different takes on on that format.
Well, I would like to go into one more topic before I stop basically controlling the questions in this episode. So, I think we're all pretty thankful for Dreams and the fact that it was, given to us. I think it is the best gift of the year. So I guess given recent events, it really is amazing how not buggy this game is. for how many working pieces there are to this game, and how many things you can do, and all the stuff working throughout it, it really is pretty impressive. I wasn't in the beta, so I didn't see all the issues that people had, but I would just say it really feels like it, given, I would say, the last couple of years and not just recent events with the state that games are being released in overall, it really is pretty amazing that Media Molecule, as we always say, got this to work on a PlayStation 4 to begin with, but also that it's not just a buggy mess. So,
remember all those times remember when they said beta 2016? I wasn't even in the community back when they said that. But yeah, I think that's the difference between the approach that Sony and Media Molecule took here versus what maybe certain other companies that none in particular come to mind. But sometimes things are released half-baked. And I think by the time the Dreams beta launched, it was fully baked. It ran great. I mean, I don't even remember if I think it might have crashed on me a couple times in 6 weeks of just nonstop playing. It was polished. It was really, really impressive just right out of the gate.
I mean, and that's what you have to appreciate. I mean, Dreams as itself, it has so many different elements to it. There is thousands and thousands of elements that make Dreams what it is. I mean, you could just take the music side of Dreams, and there is thousands of elements that make it work. And then you've got the whole game creation side of things. You would expect a game like this to be buggy because of the sheer amount of different things that it can do. And yet I've been in Dreams since early access, and I haven't experienced one bug since playing it. And that is just an absolute credit to the developers of this title, because any game is going to have bugs. But the fact that they've made a game that creates games, that creates music, that can create films, that can create anything, and it not be a buggy mess is ridiculous. I went into Dreams expecting crashes, glitches, bugs, things not to work the way they should do. Because when I found out what Dreams was, I was like, this is literally a full creational suite for everything creative. You can do whatever you want. So it's going to be a buggy mess for a couple of years. That was my initial thoughts going into it. And the fact that, you've had no problems with Dreams is just remarkable in itself. It's an incredible piece of software, and the fact that it runs at all on a PS4 is just a miracle in itself. And the fact that it doesn't glitch out and die on you on PS4 baseline is just, it's remarkable.
Yeah, and I lied. I have one more actual question instead of just a statement. So, is there a solo project that you're working on that you've told nobody? Is there something out there that's you're working on that's like they think they know who Mr. Bjones is, but they don't even see me coming? Do you have that project?
Let's get a Made in Dreams podcast reveal.
I know I made him choke on that water, so I'm thinking I'm onto something. I think I'm onto something.
I'm just trying to. I'm involved in some things that are not like my projects that I'm really excited about. In terms of my own stuff, I don't got a lot up my sleeve. I tend to empty my sleeves on stream and show my cards. So yeah, in terms of like, do I have anything up my sleeve? Okay, what do I dare say this?
Oh, come on. It's Christmas.
Oh boy. I've said this on my stream before. It just feels like more permanent in public saying it on someone else's podcast. But there's a game. There's a game that I have tried to make. I've had 3 different runs up at trying to create the game, and I have walked away and given up all 3 times. Ooh. And it is actually the very first project that I started when I started streaming Dreams. I streamed during the last week of the beta when they let you, when the NDA was up, and then there was the wait between the beta and early access. Early access hit. I was streaming Dreams day 1. After the first week, I had hit my affiliate goals on Twitch, so I was really excited about that. And I was like, okay, let's make a scene. Like, let's spend Monday building a scene, and then let's spend Tuesday putting some characters in it and animating them like they're having a party. Like, that's the plan. That's what we're gonna do. I start making a scene out of sweets and candy, and I really like it. And then day 2 happens, and I'm like, well, not even close to done making the scene. I need to. So then, day 3 and day 4 and day 5, and then eventually, like 6 weeks into this, I've got multiple scenes. It's turned into this ridiculous concept where I need to have like a day-night cycle and characters walking from one scene to another, going about their business, and like it just the scale quickly grew way out of what I could handle, and
I think that's typical of everyone's first creation.
Yeah, and this is why when people show up at the stream and go, I want to make a open world RPG as my first game in Dreams, I think we all now are trained to shout, make a platformer. There's so much to learn. There's so much. Just make a platform. Make your life simple. I know a platformer is not the sexiest goal probably to a lot of people, but yeah. So maybe if I had just made that a platformer, we would have all played it by now, and I wouldn't be talking about it today.
So, but I didn't hear it in there. But I'm asking that you be Daddy Christmas, bringing presents of sweet sauce. Are you going to drop the name of the project? Are you going to do it? Does it have a name yet, or is it? It already
has a name, and people who hang out in my chat know and taunt me with it. It's the name is The Sweetest Place in the Universe. And I released a trailer for it.
I watched the trailer.
It was my 3rd attempt at running up to the game. I'm like, I'll make a trailer for the food jam, and that'll be an excuse to get the scene going, get the project spinning back up. And it turned out I still didn't know how to scale a project effectively. And so I randomly that attempt as well. But the news is, and I've been saying this on and off for a few weeks, I'm going to build it next year. Do you see my face? Do you hear my my words. I'm saying it. I'm committing to it, and I'm going to change the release date on the trailer to 2021. I'm going to make it happen.
Let me tell you, man, I know it's going to happen. I'm smelling your eyes right now, and I can feel the truth just piercing me right in my soul. So I believe in you. I can't wait. I can't wait to see it.
I'm so scared. I might run it.
Oh, no. So.
Okay.
Oh, no. Okay, my cat's still asleep. Anyway, I had to check my cat real quick. All right. Well, Jamie, you take over. I've been talking for a lot, and yeah.
Yeah, you got plenty in there. So what was it like winning an MP? Like, let's talk about that for a second, because you're obviously an MP winner. I mean, how was that? How did that feel when you won an MP?
Like in the exact moment.
Yeah, in that moment.
In the exact moment that I heard the name, I think I was standing right around here somewhere, and I was racing around the room like a dingus. See, dingus. Racing around the room because I was doing an Impy after party stream, and I had my buddy here who was going to play guitar and sing a couple songs, and the audio feed from him wasn't working, and so I think it was like in the last half hour of the show, and I'm like, Mrs. Bjones is here, my buddy's here, and they're both watching it, and they're like, "Yay!" And I'm like, "Oh, cool. All right, I gotta, like, this cable is not plugged in, and I know, and like, there's a problem." So my plan for this year is to be prepared the day before, and to be sitting down and enjoying the ceremonies, the festivities while they happen. That's what I'm hoping for. How did it feel after that? It felt really, really nice, especially because it was a community voted award. I think that was one of the 6 that were voted by the community. So Art Therapy was nominated for best gameplay, and Todd Howard was one of the judges. So I get to blame him forever for not only Fallout 76, but for not winning that.
Nice.
But the voice one felt really good, and it felt especially good because I was really proud of the work that I did, and it was one of the funnest things that I did in Dreams that year was doing voice with Lottie and Sebastian for Pig Detective Games. And I didn't, like, that's just where it sits. I moved my camera. I'm not sure. It's like, here, let me put that out of frame. That's, okay. Oh, sorry, we're on a podcast. Sometimes I'm forgetting. Visual humor doesn't work.
It works for those in video who watch it. So we post every form of this so people can come back and watch it. But I think you should put it back up there. I mean,
okay.
I'm finding it quite mesmerizing. I hope to have one day. Competition is steep, but I can look at yours and just think of the things that I'll say.
Year 1, we had favorite streamer. This year, we get favorite streamer and favorite video creator. Maybe next year, there's
you never know.
Podcast Impy.
Yeah, maybe.
I think there should be, because there is a couple of Dreams podcasts. I mean, we're not the only one. There's 5. Yeah, there's quite a few. So I mean, I think it should be definitely a category for next year's MPs.
Thank you, JJ. For those that don't know, I did the Santa Rush 2. I did the Santa voice. So
did you?
Yes.
For the Ace game?
Yes.
I haven't played it yet.
And so it just felt good because I've talked about it a lot, because I would say one of my biggest things with Dreams, and I don't hold it against anybody. So let's get that out there right off the bat, because we've already talked about how people start projects, how the project scope grows, and sometimes you just don't finish. But I think I've done now, I've worked on maybe like 40 projects doing voice work, and 2 of them have come out. So
That is a fortunate ratio.
Pretty happy.
so I was very happy that JJ and Acert actually remembered me enough to be like, hey, maybe we should ask him if he wants to be Santa. I'll be like, I'll be Black Santa. And and you know, it turned out well. I liked it. So
Awesome.
but yeah, so I would say that's been my thing though, is the fact that I've done so many voices and nobody knows. It's kind of like when I started this show and people are like, what have you done? And who are you? And I'm just like, I mean, I'm working on stuff, but I don't have anything out there yet. I'm trying. That's why I keep getting on Jammy to let me release the stuff that I've been working on for Dino.
Oh, not yet.
But
Why is he holding me back?
No. I believe in this process. It's just sometimes I'm just like, you're holding back too much, bro. But
No.
but I got to voice the trailer, and so at least I have that. And that shows both some of my composition work as well as my voice. So I was very happy to just have that out there.
There will be plenty opportunity to show the world everything of Dino, but only when it's ready.
Yeah, I get it. So
Have you guys put a release date just to turn the tables on the interview?
2021 is the loose is the loose date, but we've been stepping up a lot of production on it and trying to bring the troops together to start getting out more that we can show. And
How big is how big is your team working on it?
9.
Wow, that's a lot to manage.
Yeah, big team.
It is. But
it's a great team, though.
Yeah. So, and a lot of the reason we did this, well, I wouldn't say we started the podcast, but something that came about because of the podcast is that we want, in the end, we would love to have everybody on to do like voice work and, you know, little asset things. We already proposed one challenge that's coming for people to make like a 2D side scroller room for the game. And we'll just basically take the submissions from people just to add more depth as far as exploring this world that we've created. But enough about that. Let's get back to Keld, because that's why we're here. That's why.
But now you've got me curious. Now I'm curious. You said 2D side scroller. Does the game have 2D and 3D components?
Yes.
Oh, cool. Because I know I saw the trailer, and I really like the visual direction of the trailer. By the way, it was really nice.
Thank you.
And
excuse me.
It seemed like a 3D
thank
game.
you. I'll say thank. No, I'm just. I see you out there trying to take that. I'm gonna get that because I worked on that. That is my whole job. And listen, no, but anyway, just play it. Yeah, the team really came through for that. Like, just to throw that off to the side because it was a joke. Yeah, but yeah, the whole team came together for that, and we were really, really happy with it.
It was a real crunch moment with the trailer.
There was.
It sounds like there's a story here.
So
okay,
right. Well, we wanted to release a trailer before all the hype of the PS5 came out because we thought that would completely overshadow the final reveal of what it is that we're creating. So we had a deadline that we needed to meet, and hardly any of the shots were done before this deadline. So it just came to a moment where it was like, right, we just need to work on this full time and get it out in time, because as soon as they drop those PS5 videos, you know, Dino is not going to get a hit, and we need people to know what we're working on, because we're a very serious team. You know, I know Dreams is Dreams, but we're really serious and really passionate about this project, and we want people to back it and get excited for it, because it will be an amazing piece of content once it is released. So the sooner you know about it, the better, because we want to hype it up, because it deserves it for what type of story it's going to be.
I mean, if you want to gain visibility, you just gotta.
That's it. You got to shout, haven't you? You got to shout.
Yeah, which is what I'm trying to do, but somebody won't let.
But you got to shout at the right time.
Yeah, it's true. When we do our dump next year
Mm.
of what we've been working on, it's gonna be loud.
It's gonna be big. Look, there's gonna be a big dump. I'm gonna
I'm
put
looking
that way.
forward to your big dump.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Rather than sort of release small little details here and there, I would rather collect a massive load of content and just go, here is 30 minutes of content for you to watch. This is what we're doing. This is how serious we are. Get hyped for it now that you've seen it and what we're doing. It's going to be big. So that's the plan.
Excellent.
My Twitter prowess will shine. JJ. I love JJ. So yeah. Yeah.
I can smell it already.
So yeah, I'm just, like I said, it's just me being like, nobody has seen my work. But yeah, it came so down to the wire that they actually used shots that I made. And I was like, oh no.
That's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing.
That's not part of the plan, huh?
Well, that last shot in the trailer with Dino standing on the broken down highway with the city on fire and the floating fortress, like, once again, shout out to Captain Morgan for being like, yeah, you can use that city. I was like, yes. And so I was just like putting everything together. I was like, that's the money shot. It ended up working out. But yeah, that's the thing. Like, I've grown so much during this project, and I would say to anybody who feels they have to lone wolf dreams, like, don't
do it. Just don't
do it. Like, make the connections, work on other people's stuff. Like, don't just be in it for you. Like, work on other people's stuff, because all that stuff is going to, it's basically going to help you grow. I'm gonna say, like, I couldn't sculpt anything. Like, I was pretty horrible. And now I'm getting to a point where I'm like, you're still horrible, but people could tell what you're going for. So like, I've grown, and I still don't know logic, but my sculpting has gotten to a place where I'm very happy with it. And so yeah, that's my piece of advice to everybody, because as many of you who have been in multiple episodes here know, like, when I first started, I had no real knowledge of the Dreamiverse. Like, there were creators that I had used for my first project, like Acert, like Morgan, like Wooshi, that I was like, oh, they have tutorials. Let me see what this guy does. And like, but I had no idea who people were. And like, this show has actually helped me become integrated more, as well as have access to more inspiration. Not just people that can workhorse my logic for me, but like actual inspiration through this platform. And I mean, Twitter really is the place to be for dreams.
Oh yeah, Twitter is,
and just seeing what people create day in and day out, it just makes this. It makes this all exciting still. So, is there anyone in chat that's here that doesn't have dreams?
Oh, that's a good question.
I wonder if there's anybody just checking it out, just seeing what
just testing the waters of what is dreams. That's quite an interesting question. Well, while we wait for chat to come around with that, Keld, is there a particular project that you have not had a chance to work on yet that you would love to be involved with voice acting wise? Like, is there a specific genre
or a type of?
Yeah, like, is there a specific game, like a different, like maybe a horror game or something? Because a lot of the stuff you do is quite happy. You know, is there something more serious, more, I don't know, more darker that you'd like to venture into with your voice acting and dreams?
Oh, well, I could tell you there's a project coming up that Captain Morgan in the chat just reminded me. I just received the script this week for Doge Kingdom. Are you guys familiar?
No.
Okay. You might have to look it up. It's by Joe Ryan. Now, he released a short maybe a week ago, 2 weeks ago, and I think he said that if it got 50 likes, then he was going to make a feature out of it. He said a feature or a series. I don't know where he's settled.
Okay.
But I'm very excited. I believe I've been tapped because of my expertise in voicing dogs historically.
Yes.
In the Pig Detective series, I have voiced 5 different dogs. I think 6 dogs, maybe 7. There's a lot of dogs. Yeah, but I'm very excited about that. I'm pretty hyped. Pretty hyped about Doge Kingdom. Big collaboration too. Now, will it be dark? Maybe not. Probably not. I'm guessing it's not going to get too dark. I think Locke got pretty dark. I don't expect that most people have heard all the darkness, because you have to solve some really hard puzzles to get to the darkness. But that one was, I feel like that kind of satisfied my craving for like something more dramatic, especially because I got to write the final version of the script myself, and kind of write it in my own voice. And yeah, that was
man. Locke is such a hard game. Such a hard game. I am terrible at puzzles. I think I've only done like 3 puzzles in Locke, and I just have to give up because my brain hurts. It's just so difficult.
Did you try the hints?
There's
it can be easy to miss.
You can.
What?
The little blue book at the outside the house.
Oh, the book.
It says you can enter the word hint into any panel, and you get up to 3 hints.
Yeah, I missed that.
So I think it's also like, I think when Pixel Gorilla designed it, I think he was envisioning individual players, right? Now, I don't know. He didn't say that to me, but I imagine he was envisioning individuals sitting down and playing it. And I think one of the best things about the game that completely surprised me is how watchable it is and how much fun people have solving the puzzles together, because it is super challenging. It is a ball buster of a game. Like, I played I did a lot of play testing for it, so I played earlier versions of these puzzles that were more difficult.
Oh wow.
He's like, he took off a lot of the rough edges and actually made it much easier than it originally was. But yeah, where was I going with that? I lost my train of thought. Lock, puzzles, dark. Yeah. I just wanted to emphasize how it is really fun to solve with other people. Like, I did not think it would be that streamable of a game. I thought it would kind of sit a little flat on Twitch, and I felt like the opposite is true. Like, when the streamer is engaging with chat and everyone's kind of trying to solve these really difficult puzzles together, it seems like people have a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, I mean, I saw someone stream Locke the other day, and like, he had a notebook full of all stuff that he was writing down. Chat was like cooperating together to try and figure out the puzzles and stuff. It was a really, really interesting stream, and like, he was streaming this game for like 3 hours. It's such a streamable piece of content, and people really love it. It is a really impressive piece of work. I just don't know how he figures out these puzzles in the first place. He's just a mastermind, because it's crazy to think that someone's come up with the concept for that puzzle. Like, it's insane.
Yeah, you should have him on the show. Ask him about it sometime.
Yeah, definitely. 2021 is going to be a good year.
I know a couple of the puzzles. He had to write software. He had to write programs in order to come up with the solutions. Like, he designed the puzzle, but then in order to actually make it, had to write some stuff. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's intense. That's intense. I'm not sure if I want to play it anymore.
Well, you don't need to write software to solve them, fortunately.
But when you make a puzzle so hard that you have to create a piece of software to figure out the answer for it, yeah.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I'll just see how far I can. I'll just see how far I can get through.
Yeah, everybody game.
Yeah, that's for certain.
So, or am I cutting
you
off again, Jamie?
No. Please go ahead.
Okay. All right. So I've kind of retread this before, but I want to know your opinion, Keld. So let me ask you, when would be the appropriate time for a Dreams 2? Would you be willing to pay $60-$70 for Dreams 2 with an upgraded bubble bath engine if it came out, say, next year?
As far as the money goes, I think I will open my wallet for Media Molecule regardless. I think whatever they put their hands out for, but whenever they put their hands out and ask me for money, I will probably give them money. I would give them money sight unseen. That's how much I trust them. Bethesda, not so much. But Media Molecule can have my money. They can have it. Dreams 2, I think, is an interesting question because I don't think there is an appropriate time for a Dreams 2. There will come a day when, for whatever reason, like the community has to divide. It has to divide like a cell, right? And maybe that's at some point when when they let us tap into the PS5's power, and now you're making dreams on that won't run on a PS4. That has to happen eventually. Like I don't want that wall to exist right now because this community is still too young and you can't even get a PS5, if you do want one at the moment. So I think I hope that they're putting their resources into making the platform and the engine everything it can be, and I think I can sit for a while with the thermo limits where they're at, and I can sit for a while without fully tapping into the PS5 power and other things if I know that they're improving the software. I think the question that leads to that's interesting is what should they do to make money? Because if there's not a Dreams 2, which I don't think there will be, where are they going to make money moving forward with this platform?
Now, you see, I think, and a lot of people are saying it in chat, if they bring out a native PS5 version of Dreams, PSVR is not going to be compatible because PSVR is only works through backwards compatibility. So I don't think there will ever be a Dreams 2, so to speak. I think it will always just be Dreams, and they will constantly upgrade it and give it more features. And I think they're ultimately going to be waiting for the majority of people to migrate to PS5, right? So once 80-90% of people have migrated over to PS5, they'll bring out a full-out PS5 version that takes full control of the haptic engine, the 3D audio, the adaptive triggers, the upgraded hardware, so they can up the thermo limits. There's so much that they can do with the PS5, and Media Molecule as a company, as we know, are the type of people that always make the most out of the system that they've got. I mean, just look at the tearaway on the PS Vita. They used every single thing that the PS Vita could handle. They had the touchpad, the camera. They just implemented everything because they love to use everything that they have hardware-wise. So it would be stupid not to think that they're going to do the same with the PS5. But I think it's all about timing. And I think we're not going to see anything like that for 2 or 3 years. But when it does, it's going to be mind-blowing, and it's going to be a whole other level. And it's going to be what I think they originally intended Dreams to be. I think they originally designed it with the PS5 in mind, but they needed the PS4 time to build the community. And once the PS5 is fully adapted, they're just going to go all out and say, here is the version of Dreams we always envisioned. Have fun with it.
Which I would like to take this moment. I'm going to flip screens real quick because I know some of you doubted us. I know some of you doubted us. I heard through the grapevine what y'all were saying when we said we were going to have Media Molecule. None of you believe. Well, not none of you, but some of you didn't believe us. Some of you didn't believe us. See, Fluffy right there. He said he didn't believe. See,
I believed.
Those who follow the path of the vicious know that vicious does not lie to the people. Not one time. So, on that topic, being that this is the last episode, we're going to make our first announcement for season 2. And that announcement is right there. January 8th, 2021, normal time. Abby from Media Molecule is coming on the podcast. So, yeah.
Yeah, we're really looking forward to it.
For all the haters, because I know you out there. I know you out there.
We don't have haters.
Yeah, everybody got hate, man. If we ain't got if we don't have haters, we ain't doing it right. We need to step up our game. We need people hating on us. I want you know when you go in, when you're like you go into a place and someone throws you that side eye and they like suck their teeth at you because they just hate your success. Yeah, that's how I like to take that. I like to rub it on my chest. That's how I just like to. I like to bathe in their hatred. So, but I'm just saying. But I'm just saying. I know some doubted. I don't think anybody doubted maliciously. I just think like we all thought at one point like it wouldn't happen. But
there's just so many hoops to jump through to get Meaty Malka on the show purely because of Sony's side with their whole legal department and everything. It's just a nightmare, but we got there.
Yeah. But
interesting.
We did get there eventually. Now I have a place up in the Made in Dreams Discord that people can leave us questions to ask them, and I would say specifically for people to, if you want to, go ahead and throw that link into chat. Either Eddie or Jamie, because I don't think we're going to have to, well, I'm definitely going to have to tone down my speech.
You mean like the language?
Yeah, no, just I say a lot of things because I don't have a filter. Like I say what I mean. I mean what I say. So like that's just the type of person I am. It doesn't matter if I'm around my wife's parents or my parents or in public. If I want to say something, I say it. That's why the name is Mighty Vicious, because I just don't care. But but like I feel like I'm gonna need to calm that down just a tad bit because this is a big deal. It's just because I don't want Sony to be like, you can never go back on that show. You have to cut ties with every single person. like, yeah, I don't want that to happen. But put your questions for Abby in the little section. We have it marked as questions for MM, and yeah, we'll run everything by her so that we're not just sitting here badgering her, because I mean, a lot of the times it sounds like I'm doing that anyway. So I just have to go into my really calm voice and just.
I'm very curious. I'm very curious if they told you, if there's anything you can talk about. Did they give you any specific instructions or like limitations or like
no,
talking to
not yet, but I feel it's going to happen closer to the time.
Yeah, I feel like it just I feel like it has to, so I'm not mad about it. Like at the end of the day, they are representative of PlayStation, and Sony had to give the okay for them to even be on the show. So I understand the business aspect of it, so I can be calm vicious for the but I still have my ways. So I'm gonna believe me, I have 2 pages of questions myself. And so I've been saving it.
It's going to be a long episode.
I've been saving it for months, and I have a great question to break the ice. So, yeah.
Looking forward to it. It's going to be good.
Yeah, yeah. So,
what a great way to start season 2. By the way,
you have
what was
3
the date
cats.
of that again?
It's the 8th, January 8th.
Awesome.
January 8th. Don't worry, you'll see plenty of promotional material.
Mrs. Bjones said, which is your favorite cat, Lena, Hope, or Clyde?
Oh,
what a way to tear.
I hope that Hope and Clyde aren't listening, because it's definitely Lena. There's no question.
or maybe my dark shadow of a cat that's sitting over here.
Your dark shadow.
What is your dark shadow called?
Shinobi.
Shinobi, nice.
Which I'll take this. I'm sorry to be a downer at this moment, but his brother just died, and so he refuses. He refuses to leave the room now. So he's just been with me all day. So rest in peace, Zima. And no, it's not. No. I hope my wife is not watching, because she is going to get so mad. It's Zima. It's Zima, named after the character from Chobits, not the alcoholic drink. Okay,
You must get that reaction a lot.
She gets it a lot, and she loses it. Like she gets so mad. She gets so mad. But yeah.
But we're getting a couple of questions in chat for Keld, actually, so I think we should answer some questions. So Guizmo2435 asks, Keld, is there a dreamer you would like to collaborate with that you haven't yet?
Oh, dreamer I'd like to collaborate with that I haven't yet. I'm going to answer. Well, no, I'm going to say that I have just entered into a collaboration with a dreamer named Wargarble, whose work I have enjoyed since the beta, for 2 years, and we've he's hung out on the chat, and we've done he's done the DreamX challenge thing. So I'm like, I know Wargarble well, but have never worked together before, and he asked me to do a voice and maybe a little guitar and vocal singing for a project he's working on. So nice. I'm really excited about that. He just sent me over a song and some dialogue in the past couple days, and he's doing a VR shooter that's like an on rails shooter that, I don't know if you're familiar with Wargarble's style. It's very strange, would probably be the way most people would describe it. Yeah, so I'm very much looking forward to lending my voice to his strange and whimsical world he's making.
Interesting. So Dirty Harold's is actually on, and he also asks, what's your favorite ice cream flavor?
Okay. I had some dental. Okay, I've been trying to eat plant-based lately, and so there's not been ice cream in the house, but I had some dental work, like a major dental procedure 2 days ago, and I took that as an excuse to buy custard, and I went with vanilla custard. If you don't know, custard is it's like ice cream, but there's also egg in it. Like, if there's not enough animal products in ice cream to make you happy, you get custard, and you've got another one. And my preferred way to serve the custard is in a mug with a light sprinkling of cinnamon, a light drizzle of maple syrup, and then the tiniest drizzle of bourbon. Like, I mean, just a few drops of bourbon, just enough to get the flavor in there a little bit, but never to overwhelm it. And that makes me very
a whole process.
Oh yeah,
that sounded great.
Yeah, it just sounds delicious.
I'll take some vanilla ice cream.
Yeah,
I just like vanilla. I just want to taste the ice cream, and it makes me happy.
Wow. Fluffy Panda said to the store. Yeah, no. While he was talking about it, I mean, you know, my nips started to cut through this hoodie. I was like,
"We're going to talk to Abby."
I was like,
talk to Abby.
Yeah, you see, you're going to have to cut all the nip talk when Abby comes on.
It's getting real taut over here. Is what I'm saying. But see, I'm getting it.
Though.
Yeah, I'm getting it all out now so that I can be a gentleman and a scholar. Come time for video.
It's gonna take some work.
I'm comfortable being used that way. I can take lots of abuse.
Yeah.
And it's very hard to offend me. So keep the nip talk going. Get it out of your system. If you want to join in, my nips aren't really doing anything interesting right now. But
yeah. Oh, so yeah. See, and I can't use my many terms like chesticles.
No, that's got to go.
I can't use any of that stuff. So yeah, I mean, I'm fine. I can be a good one. I can be a gentleman and a scholar. I just feel like this isn't, when I'm online, it's harder for me to do that just because I'm like, who's gonna stop me? Like, like I turned into a supervillain. And it's like, you can't stop me. And it just goes out of control. So anyway, so what's left? Dirty Harold's. What's left for what? What's going on? Oh yeah, don't forget, we're gonna have our new Abby edition Lotion Lobby shirt going on. No, I'm just playing.
It's gonna have a face on it.
And Keld, if you don't know, when we have guests on, I came up with the idea that all of our guests are in the lotion lobby. And so Jammy, because I called him the CEO of the Lotion Lobby, he didn't like it at all. But then our people, there we go, get a few spritzes. Lather. So Jamie didn't like it, but it stuck with the fans. So we ended up having our lobby, our Lotion Lobby merch, and the Mind Grapes merch as well. So for those that do want to take a look at that, there's the link in chat. As soon as it decides to register that I typed anything, sometimes I really hate Twitch. Like, there we go. It took a full 20 seconds for that to pop up. But anyway, it's supposed to be a command. God damn it. Anyway. So I guess to end it all off, does anyone have their end off topic ready? If not, I'll keep going.
I'm gonna let a kitty in since we're wrapping up. I'm gonna let a kitty in, disrupt the proceedings.
All right.
Oh, look at that. Mrs. Bjones got the door for me.
Oh, is she gonna step into frame to join us?
Come on, Lena.
Come on, we got a special guest.
There we go.
Hey.
There we go. How's it going? This is Lena, who's my favorite. I'm not gonna say. She's got to go explore. Yeah,
well, my guy is upside down on the bed currently, just laying with his feet in the air. This old chubby dummy, I love him. Anyway, okay. So, lastly, I would like to say, what is something, and I leave this to the chat. What is something that you want to see done on the show next season?
We want your comments.
Yeah, what's a request that something, a segment or anything that you would like to see done on the show? Because we do want to bring more people in. And while we've tried to get a lot of small, I guess when I say small, I mean not as well known creators on the show. A lot of people have been a little nervous about it, so I'm working on them. And yes, I have tried to get Bad Robo on here.
We have tried.
Yeah, and I'm still working on him. I feel like I can win this. I just need a year and to wear him down.
He will be on eventually.
It is nerve-wracking. It's nerve-wracking going on a podcast that's broadcasting live.
You stream all the time.
I don't get stage fright. So I don't. Hi, Lena.
Is that the cat?
That's the cat. She's very demanding.
Very vocal.
Pick me up.
Voice acting in B for next year. That's all. But she needs a PSN account. Where was I? Sorry, Lena has a way of distracting me.
Well, I was going into talking about what people wanted. Vinwave said that he wants us to tell them more about ourselves, Jamie. We haven't done very many just, us two episodes.
Yeah, that is true.
And so we will definitely do that more next season. But there's so many wonderful creators and people that have found their niche in this community that I feel like we have to get them on. And so,
that's the whole point as well. The idea of this podcast was to be able to give us something to reach out to these amazing creators and, give them a chance to be spotlit and also give us a chance to talk to them about everything that they've done. So that's why we really sort of have a guest every week, because we're just so excited to talk to these people and, get to chat to them about everything they've done. But I do agree we should do some more solo episodes and sort of get into the more details about each other. That's quite a good idea.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Insane Alpha Beta, he was and don't be afraid to do more solo episodes. Yeah, it's not that we're afraid to. It's that we literally have people that we admire in the Dreamiverse, and I want to talk to all these people. Because if I see someone that does something even for Acer Acer, like I said, I've knew very few people before really getting started in all this. And like Acer was one of the people that like I went to teach me how to do certain things for my first project. So like to be able to talk to him is a big deal to me. To be able to talk to everyone we've spoken to is a big deal to me. And not just because of Dreams, but because of other more personal stuff. So like it's not that we're afraid to do a show just us, because I can talk forever, but it's just that there are people that I also want to talk to. Like, and for someone like me, because of like, I'm a social chameleon, I can go anywhere and be fine, but very rarely do I find people that I actually want to go out of my way to talk to. And for me, that's one of the biggest things about the Dreams community, is that everybody is so close knit and everybody's so loving in the community that I want to talk to as many people as I can, because I learn something every time I come by any stream. Like it could be someone who's like, I'm not even that good. And I'm like, but you're doing that though. And that is something I can't do. And so, yeah, I mean, that's more so it. So Robo!
Also, another note, for those of you that saw that we posted about Dreams for Kids, the sort of charity to get children into dreams that need it most, that is definitely still on the table. We're just working out the kinks. There is a lot to discuss on how to get something like this rolling. But we do intend to roll it out next year at some point. So don't forget about it.
And also, Bad Robo, he said it would be different if you were speaking Polish. I have offered to have a translator. I will find a translator. I'll do it. I'm just saying. We'll talk about it.
Look, if
next
we
season.
need to get a translator, we will get one.
Yeah.
We need you on the show. It's going to happen at some point. So you might as well just give in now and arrange it with us. We'll find you a really good translator. We'll get all four of us on the show and it will be sweet. It's going to be good.
Can I ask who else are your most wanted people for next year?
Oof.
I would say I would probably go.
I mean, Cyberpunk is definitely up there as well.
Or wait, are you talking about games or are we talking about people for the show? Because he just said Cyberpunk and it threw me completely off.
Sorry. Cyber Sheep film.
Oh.
Sorry. I'm sorry. But my Twitter feed is just so full of Cyberpunk stuff right now. I just can't get it out of my brain.
Yeah, Cyber Sheep. I want to talk to all of them. Whoever, how many people that is. I'd like to hear what all of them have to say about Dreams.
We have spoke to them about coming on the show. They would be interested, but obviously they're working quite heavily right now on their new project, and also it's a translation issue as well. So it's something we need to work on in the next year, but definitely I'd love to get them on the show and speak to them. It'd be amazing to see how they do what they do, because it's incredible what they get around with.
Yeah. So for me, it's Ghost Fruit. I would really like to pick their brain. Like I've just like, and I just found out about Ghost Fruit 2 days ago, and I was just like, I like what I'm seeing. So yeah, like that's one.
Did you know he streams?
I didn't.
He does stream Ghost Fruit 64 on Twitch.
Well, see, there you go. So there's Ghost Fruit. There's I keep forgetting his name. It's not. It's letters. It's like SZ723 or something like that. He makes these really. It's like the most cinematic shots I've seen in Dreams. Like, might not be the most like hyper realistic, but it looks it because of the way he uses lighting. And I'm gonna see if I can find the name, because I don't want to misrepresent. So they're SZ73 on Twitter. He put out these long exposure urban flex experiments, as he called it, and it just looks so damn clean. Like I would love if I had the monies, I would hire everybody. But if I had, but like as in I would be like, hey guys, Dreams, we're a studio. We're all a studio now. Let's just make stuff.
Yeah, let's just do it.
Yeah,
let's just do it.
like, but if like for film and stuff like that, like if you've seen, okay, thank you for the link. If you can, without leaving us, click that link that Eddie just posted, and yeah, I believe that's the one. Is that the one to the specific? That's not the one to the specific to the creation. I'm gonna post that in a minute.
Yeah,
but
just to Twitter.
Yeah, so I mean, there's so many people. I also wanted to speak to Typhus because I like the
definitely.
idea. I like the idea that he like is bringing his love of like special effects and practical like monster making to Dreams as his outlet, because you know, as someone who also wants to be in film, it's really hard. Yeah, Cypher, of course. Like I believe we've asked Ledbetter before, and I don't think he accepted. But I'm not sure because we've asked so many. Like we're constantly hunting for people. The only reason, if I can apologize to you, Keld, for a moment, the scheduling and everything for this week was really weird. As far as me being like, okay, you're going to be on after MM, you're going to be on before MM. I did want to apologize for that because that's why we've been like last second with trying to get people on the show for like the last 4 episodes, because we never knew when we were going to hear back from MM, and we didn't want to have like be juggling people around, because I mean, MM is important for the show, but at the same time, they're not more important than you guys. So it just didn't. I really felt really dirty, like trying to juggle.
It's been messy. It's been really messy.
I feel really bad trying to juggle all of this with them.
It sounds like I had no idea that to get someone from Media Molecule on the podcast, you're gonna have to clear it with Sony Legal. That's very interesting.
Crazy.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have even guessed that. But no problem at all. I'm glad to be here, and happy this worked out.
There we go.
Great.
For everyone that is interested, there's the link to that in chat for there you go, SZ73, because it is ridiculous.
But speaking of people we want on the show, now that we do have our gateway entry into the world of Media Molecule, at some point next year, we have got to get John Beach on the show to talk about his trains. we just have to. He isn't going to release it this year. 2025 is when that game's going to come out. He's never going to release it. He's always adding brilliant stuff to it, and he's just going to come up with crazy ideas for it, and it's never going to release.
Dreams PS6 exclusive.
Yeah. So yeah, I want to get him on the show to peer pressure him into releasing something, at least like, you know, just a playable train. Just while we wait for the massive game that you're going to bring out with all the helicopters, boats, and what else you're going to put in it, just give me a train on a single track to play with until then, and I'll be happy. So we need to get him on the show to peer pressuring him into doing it. Just a demo. That's all we need.
Is your cat a munchkin cat?
And then finish beach pool. Sorry, what?
is your cat a munchkin cat, or
no? She's not. She is. She's always been tiny. We call her our forever kitten. She's like 6 pounds, tiny little thing, and she's 15 years old.
Oh wow!
But she's spunky.
Good.
Spunky and cuddly.
Yeah, well, that just warms. So I'm trying to get my big boy over here because he's a Mancoon and he's just giant. And so when I see normal sized cats, it throws me off. Like, he's a big boy who refuses to get up, apparently. But yeah, Jamie, is there anything you would like to end on before we go, or? Anybody have anything for us?
I'd just like to say thank you to everyone that's, watched and supported this podcast this year. We just started this on a flim and just wanted to reach out to the community. And I never expected it to gain such a really nice audience of people that come in every week. We check the chat and, there's regulars in every time. And even when we're late with difficulties, we still have people come in, and it's just really nice to have this community back in this project. And we really, really love doing this show every Friday. It's something that I personally look forward to doing every Friday. And I'm just really grateful for everyone that shows up and listens to it. It's really fun. And I'm really looking forward to next year and everything that we're going to do together. So thank you.
Indeed. Well, and anything for your mini fans, Keld?
Ooh. I would like to tell my many fans to stop by twitch.tv/KeldBjones. That's spelled KeldBjones. And tomorrow, if you stop by around this time, or maybe 3.5 hours earlier, or perhaps 2.5 hours later, we'll be celebrating 2-year anniversary of the Dreams beta. It launched on December 19th in 2018.
Oh, wow.
Way back when. So I'm going to spend the entire stream looking at beta creations and maybe fixing a couple of my broken beta creations if stuff I didn't know how to fix at the time. So that'll be tomorrow. I'm looking forward to it.
Go do it.
Good.
Go do it. If you don't already follow him, which I'm sure you do, but if you don't already follow him, go follow him and catch that stream. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, Ice Cream Gamer, I'm sorry that you just got here and that we're leaving.
We're finishing off now. This is the end. You've come at the literal end of season 1, but don't worry, you can always go back. All our videos are on YouTube, or if you prefer audio, we're on Spotify, we're on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, we're on all the podcast places. So
all of them.
Enjoy.
Wait. One. I'm sorry, we got pulled back in by Alpha Beta. He said that the rule is that you have to unfollow Acert if we're on Team Keld. Is that a real rule?
Is there a rivalry here?
There's no rule. There's no rule, and I would never make a demand that everyone unfollow Acert. I would merely point out that it is problematic that Acert has more Twitch followers than I do. And if you want to help solve that problem, you can unfollow him, but it's completely optional. I would never pressure anyone. Never.
No, of course not.
Never.
And with that, we are going to go ahead and throw it over to another one of my all-time favorites and wonderful person, Mr. Wushi. So,
we love Wushi.
So stay tuned, and thank you everybody for coming in. We really do appreciate you. Have a happy holidays, great new year. We'll see you afterwards.
Yeah, we'll see you in 2021, January 8th.
Then let's get out of here.
See you later.